What's up, brothers and sisters? Welcome back to African Buzz channel, and we are so happy to see you. We appreciate your support in viewing this video and sharing. So today we want to celebrate a model, and this is the AES. The AES, the Alliance of the Sahel State. It can be the ASS, but in French it is AES. Was formed specifically as a military power, like for Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso to fight together. But now it's moving into becoming a powerhouse, a confederation. They want to have the same currency, and we applaud that. We saw Niger Rahman Tiani talking about it. We have seen Mali talking about it, that they are leaving. We even saw Mali planning, like coming up with a meeting of ministers to plan on how they will deal with the impact of living equals. Amazing. And it's quite some time since we saw them fighting together or giving each other intelligence. But last week we saw that happen. And you know what happened? So resounding success against fuel and ammunition traffickers. So joint airstrikes between Burkina Faso and Mali neutralized pickups filled with fuel and ammunition intended for terrorist groups in the Soum region on Sunday, April 14, 2024. The Malian air vectors detected suspicious movement of pickups heading towards the Burkinabe border. Thanks to exemplary cooperation, they immediately alerted Burkinabe counterparts, allowing rapid and coordinated mobilization. And they were hit like nobody's business. They were hit. They were destroyed with their pickups. And a lot of, equipment, fighting equipment were recovered. That was amazing, and this is how it should be. When you get some intelligence, you tell me, then we work together, we fight the insurgents, and they even made videos saying that they are jihadists and they want to introduce Sharia law. But the question is, if you want to introduce Sharia law, why do you move ahead even to murder Muslims and bomb mosques and all that? So they are not Muslims, because for Muslim, it's a peaceful religion. But these ones are doing all that bad things. So this is a terrorist organization created by whoever.
I've never understood the reason why they are tarnishing the image of the Islam religion and naming these groups Islam, I don't know what. I don't know who is behind this, the branding of all of this thing, but it's totally wrong. Islamic religion is a beautiful religion for those who understand it and for those who are subscribing to it. Why would you want to come and destroy somebody else's religion for your own benefit? Stories for other days. Maybe we need to do some research on why really it started as an Islamic whatever. But one thing that I want to say is that if you are doing a good thing anywhere, in your home, anywhere, there's always that bad person that always wants to see you suffer or fail in whatever you are doing. And if AES doesn't go through that, then for me it means there's something wrong they are doing there. They are not doing something good. It's just like the way we saw the win for Senegal not being contested by the enemy. Everybody was like, fine, Jamaica, you are the new president, and all was smooth. We had our questions because if it's good, if it's really good, it has to be questioned.
So we are waiting for the end of April to confirm.
So there needs to be some opposition. There needs to be some hardship for you to conquer. They never like it. So for these guys to now come together and say, we are fighting together, brother, we are still in this thing together forever for life, we applaud it. Africans are so divided. We have been divided by tribes, by languages, by culture, by even people on the ground. We are divided.
It's politics. Yeah? Politics is what divides people. These leaders are taking advantages of the division. Divide and rule. That's the problem we have in Africa. We've lived with our micronations, what you are calling tribe. But in the Buzz nation, we call them micronations.
Yeah, but for the benefit of those who understand.
The Buzz nation understands that.
Well and good for you, Buzz nation. But there are those who still don't know what, micro-tribes and all of these things.
Yeah, so we lived as micronations respecting each other. We still do. But when the time comes for an election, that's the problem.
I would still say that Africa is divided. As individuals on the ground, we are so much divided by hate for each other, amongst each other, against each other. This is something that is deliberately done to Africa so that we can never realize our full glory. We can never reach our full, potential.
Yes.
So if you are an African and you see your brother failing and you perpetrate that failure of your other brother, says a lot about you. For these guys to hold each other's hands and say, I cannot let my brother suffer or his country suffer or his people suffer, when I can see that there's people using their pickups and whatever to steal and to destroy and to kill.
To supply weapons to destroy.
For destruction. So for them to have each other's eyes, they always say that we are brother's keeper. We are seeing this happening on the ground. And I would love to invite all Africans to say, guys, we need to be our brother's keepers. That is the only way we can bring unity amongst ourselves, and that is the only way we will develop. AES is united. Yeah. AES is developing. It's evident on the ground.
Do you know how easy it is for people to unite when the leaders are united?
Very simple.
Very simple. And that's why we have seen these three nations just recoup and came together, and you might think it's one. They love each other, and they're united by the fact that you find one micronations crossing across all the nations. So when they say today we are talking Hausa, most people across those three nations would understand. If they say Bambara, they will understand.
And I wouldn't be shocked if these three countries would would formalize one of their languages to say, this is the language of command within our three or four or whatever.
Our confederation.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because they are trying to bring unity as much as possible. Differences don't matter for these guys, but for some of us, we look into the differences more than we look into the similarities, and we highlight the differences more than we appreciate the similarities. These guys are looking at what can make us unite, what can make us grow together better with each other. Nobody's being left behind. Africa, wake up. African countries with people who are still for the division, it's time to get them out. South Africa, 29 May 2024 is around the corner. Malema is calling for the unity of South Africa, of Africa. Do yourselves a favor or regret your decision after. This is not a threat. Malema is the best guy. Well, we are not campaigning for him, are we?
We are campaigning for him.
Do the right choice. Let us give him a chance. Let us see how far he can help us unite Africa. You'd be surprised to see the whole of Southern Africa uniting just because Malema has stood up in power in South Africa, because even Southern Africa has its own differences. Similar people, same languages, but there's still differences. We need a uniting factor. AES is united. Let us replicate this into the rest of the African continent.
Yeah, guys, so let us know what you think in the comment section. How do you feel? And what are your wishes? And if you have not subscribed, if this is your first time seeing our faces, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.